Welcome to the eForms video tutorial series. In this tutorial, we will be looking at the eDischarge form. The eDischarge form has 5 mandatory boxes as part of its content page. Let's explore each box one at a time. Box 1 is for the registered interest holder of the instrument being discharged. There are several options for providing information on the registered interest holder, and more than one option may be applicable. The 4 broad categories for the registered interest holder are individual, corporation or partnership, executor, administrator, trustee, and government agency. If you select individual, you will be prompted to provide the registered interest holder's name. If there is more than one individual, the user can add these by using the plus icon to the right. There are a few other options to select if applicable. The first allows users to indicate if an interest holder is deceased. This would be relevant where an interest is held by several parties jointly and one has passed away. The other option allows users to indicate if someone other than the interest holder will be signing, such as an attorney under a power of attorney. These selections will change the format of the signature pages the form will eventually produce. If you select corporation or partnership, you will be provided with a new field to enter the corporation's name. Once again, there are a few additional signing options available to select when applicable. For example, if you indicate that the corporation is signing pursuant to a court order, additional fields will expand to provide this information. The executor, administrator, trustee option offers several selections to choose from. This is where you provide information if the registered interest holder is an executor, administrator, bankrupt, a religious society, or another trust not already listed. As with previous options, making one of these selections will expand the appropriate fields to provide additional information. For example, if you choose executor, you will see a space to provide the deceased individual's name as well as the name of the executor. The final option is government agency. If you select this option, you will be prompted to provide the name and the way in which the government agency will be signing. This will change the signature page to meet the needs of the agency. Box 2 is where you provide information on the instrument to be discharged, including the instrument type and registration number. A drop-down menu provides all of the instrument types that are capable of being discharged. If an instrument is not of type that can be discharged, it will not appear in the drop-down list. The most common instruments appear at the top, followed by an alphabetical list. The next mandatory field is the instrument number. You will need to enter the full instrument number, including the slash and office number. Box 3 is reserved for the type of discharge. The most common choice is a full discharge, and is therefore the default. If this option is selected, no further information is required. A full discharge will automatically remove a mortgage from all lands in all affected titles. If you select a partial discharge, the box will expand and several new fields will be available. Provide the title number you want to discharge the instrument from. If you are registering an instrument in series that will be creating a new title number, then you will select the Issuing from Title Number option, and you will enter the current title number for those lands. Now decide if you want to discharge the instrument from all of the lands in that title, or just some of those lands. If you select all, then no land description is required, and the land description will reflect this option. If you select part, then you will need to provide the legal description of the lands affected by this discharge. A legal description entered here must conform to the standards set by our surveys department. For box 4, you have 2 decisions to make regarding the evidence of the interest holder. Select whether all of the monies due or grow to due on same have been paid, have not been paid, or is not applicable. The third option would be appropriate in those situations where the instrument in question does not secure a monetary amount, such as an easement. Then provide information on the assignment. If the instrument you are discharging has not been assigned, no further information is required. If the instrument has been assigned, you will be required to provide the details of all assignments. A drop-down menu shows only instruments that can assign the type of instrument being discharged. It will change based on the instrument type selected in box 2. In this example, if you are discharging a mortgage, you will only see a transfer of mortgage, mortgage of mortgage, transmission of mortgage, and miscellaneous in this drop-down list, as they are the only types of instruments that can assign a mortgage. If you go back up to box 2 and change the instrument being discharged to a caveat, the drop-down list in box 4 will change to display only instruments which can assign a caveat. Once you select the instrument type, you will have to provide either the current instrument number or select in series if the assigning instrument will be registered prior in series. If there are multiple assignments, use the plus button to add a field for each assignment. Box 5, the last box on the contents page of the discharge form, is where you will provide contact information for the person who prepared the document. When the document is fully completed, select the Lock Form and Create Signature Pages icon. Let's go to a form that has already been filled out to look at the signing pages in more detail. This is an example of a simple discharge. The registered interest holders are an individual and a corporation. A mortgage is being discharged. It is a full discharge. All of the monies due or to grow due have been paid, and the instrument has not been assigned. When you lock this form, the signature pages will be created. In our example, the first signature page is for the individual. The signature page automatically adapts to show the information that may be required for proper witnessing and execution for this individual. You will need to provide who is witnessing the execution for this signature. You have the option to fill out most of the fields on the signature pages on the computer before printing. Alternatively, you can print the entire document and complete the option on the signature pages afterwards. For example, you will be sending a signature page to another vendor and you are not sure who will be witnessing it, so you would not want to fill out this information ahead of time. Keep in mind that the e-form does not validate any fields on the signature pages because you may not complete some boxes until after the document has been printed. It is also important to note that these pages must be printed and signed and witnessed in ink. The bottom of the page indicates whose signature page this is. If you scroll down, you will see there is also a signature page for the corporation. This page looks similar, however the fields now accommodate the information required for a corporate execution. You are asked to provide not only the name of the signer, but also the position within their organization. If a corporation requires more than one person to sign on their behalf, this can be done by selecting the plus icon. If the same person is going to witness both executions, you can save yourself some time by selecting the "This person witnessed all signatures." This will autofill some information provided on the signature page to subsequent pages. Keep in mind that you can complete the content pages of the form to create basic signature pages, and then email the forms to another party where they can manipulate the signature pages as required. You do not need to know all of the information ahead of time. This completes the tutorial on the e-discharge form.